A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic and contentious 3-hour hearing, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the U.S. Health Secretary, faced off against senators from both parties, defending his sweeping changes to vaccine policy and leadership at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. The hearing, held by the Senate Finance Committee, was marked by heated exchanges and accusations as Kennedy attempted to justify his controversial actions in the wake of mounting pressure from Democrats seeking his resignation. As the hearing commenced, Kennedy wasted no time in addressing the elephant in the room, the recent firing of CDC Director Susan Minares. In a bold statement, he declared that the CDC would be undergoing significant changes, stating, "The people at CDC, who put masks on our children, who closed our schools, are the people who will be leaving." Kennedy's comments drew immediate attention, especially as he cited alarming statistics regarding chronic diseases in America, revealing that 76.4% of Americans now suffer from chronic health issues, a stark contrast to just 11% when his uncle, John F. Kennedy, was president. Kennedy's emotional appeal struck a chord, leading to a moment of silence in the room. "This was their job to keep us healthy. I need to fire some of those people to make sure this doesn't happen again," he asserted, emphasizing the need for accountability within the CDC. However, the hearing quickly turned combative, with Senator Elizabeth Warren accusing Kennedy of undermining vaccine efforts. In a fiery exchange, she confronted him about his alleged attempts to remove COVID vaccines from the market, only for Kennedy to counter her claims by revealing her substantial financial ties to pharmaceutical companies, amounting to $855,000. This revelation stunned many in the room and shifted the focus onto the financial influences at play in politics. The tension escalated further when Senator Bernie Sanders made a controversial remark, suggesting that nearly every politician is receiving funds from pharmaceutical companies. His admission left many questioning the integrity of political leaders and their relationship with the pharmaceutical industry. Kennedy seized the moment, using Sanders' comments to highlight the pervasive issue of pharmaceutical influence in politics. As the exchanges intensified, Kennedy faced scrutiny over his decision to appoint Dr. Robert Malone to an influential advisory committee. Senator Michael Bennet challenged Kennedy, referencing Malone's controversial claims regarding the mRNA vaccine and its potential dangers. Kennedy, however, defended Malone, stating, "Dr. Malone is one of the inventors of the mRNA vaccine, so he knows a lot more about it than I do." This response left Bennet momentarily speechless, as he struggled to counter Kennedy's defense. Throughout the hearing, Kennedy maintained a combative stance, dismissing accusations and asserting that he was being misrepresented. "You're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie," he told Senator Maggie Hassan during a heated exchange, further escalating the tension in the room. The discussion also touched on the controversial Operation Warp Speed, initiated under former President Trump to expedite vaccine development. While Kennedy praised the initiative, he faced criticism from senators, including Bill Cassidy, who questioned his contradictory stance on vaccine access. Cassidy expressed surprise at Kennedy's praise for Operation Warp Speed, given his recent actions to limit access to vaccines. Despite the backlash, Kennedy showed no signs of backing down. He continued to assert that his changes were necessary to address the failures of the CDC and to ensure the health of the American public. However, the hearing revealed deep divisions among lawmakers, with both Democrats and Republicans expressing frustration over Kennedy's handling of vaccine policy. As the hearing concluded, the question of Kennedy's future as health secretary remained uncertain. A letter signed by over 1,000 HHS employees and public health organizations called for his resignation, but Kennedy showed no intention of stepping down. The support from President Trump appeared to bolster Kennedy's position, as he continued to push for significant changes within the federal health policy framework. In the aftermath of the hearing, it is clear that Kennedy's controversial tenure as health secretary will continue to spark debate and scrutiny. With both political parties expressing dissatisfaction with his approach, the future of vaccine policy and public health in America hangs in the balance. As the dust settles, one thing remains certain: Kennedy's actions have ignited a firestorm of controversy that is far from over. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.